Hi guys, Josh back here again today. I've been thinking a lot about this, and I've had some questions from some people, some emails, spoken with some of my friends that are in the prepping community here in Las Vegas, and we were kind of getting onto this topic, and it's how to get the most bang for your buck. And this is actually a product that I recently was talking with one of my friends about. We were discussing it. I've been looking for a set of night vision. And you can go to Walmart, you can go pick up one for about $150 to $200 for a Gen 1 decent monocular. The batteries don't last very long on it. And they're kind of big, they're bulky, and they're nice, don't get me wrong, but for $150 it's a little pricey. For a baseline, let me rephrase that. A decent one's going to cost you $300 to $400. A good one's going to cost you anywhere from about $800 to $1,500 for a good night vision scope, basically just a monocular. Not to mention, you're looking $3,000 to $5,000 for a set of night vision binoculars, basically two night vision goggles that go into one viewfinder for you to view. And so me and my friend were talking about this, and he says, "Oh, I got my son this spy kit a while ago, and it happens to be one of those see in the dark, covert, spy kits that all the little boys love to have." And I was a little boy one time too, and I was like, man, if I could see in the dark, it'd be so cool. I could play hide and go seek and beat all my friends, and that's how they kind of promoted to these kids. And sure enough, I was playing with my buddies, and it's night vision. It's not the greatest. It's a Gen 1, but damn, this thing freaking works. I was absolutely impressed. So I happened to be out at my local resources. This is kind of back on topic as far as what we're talking about today. Is alternate ways of prepping, getting the most bang for your buck. And this brings me to this guy here. This is one of the little spy gear. I don't know the exact name. It doesn't have a name on it. It said something Fisher or whatever on there, so I don't know what it is or who makes it. But it kind of looks really cool. If you're like a 10-year-old boy or 8-year-old boy, you run up, open this up on Christmas Day, you're like, oh my goodness, I got night vision. You don't know better. And to be honest with you, I have a $500 mid-range night vision scope, and it's good. I mean, it's really clear. In the darkest of nights, you can see stuff. I haven't tried this thing out at night yet completely, but I did try this in my closet, and it is black. I mean, it is photo black, so I can actually develop film in there if I need to give you an idea. And this thing was able to clearly see in complete dark environment, and it did a good job at it, okay? So I'm not saying it's, a $500 tool by any means that you wouldn't want to risk your life on, but for something to have around the house, to check on, the neighborhood kids pranking your front yard, whatever, okay? And for prepping wise, this is a great thing. I paid $3 at the swap meet for this. Okay, I took a gamble. I said, you know what, $3 is not a big risk for me. I'm not going to go broke over spending $3 on this. I will go broke over buying a $100 toy for me to try out, and it doesn't work properly. Okay, but I can give you my assurances that these things actually work. Do some research. If you have some friends, or if you have kids that have them at home, or one of your kids' friends has one, check it out. Grab it from them for 5 minutes. Go run into the back room, check it out, see if it works, and if it does, go buy one. Okay? But to be honest with you, this thing I've been very impressed with. I was impressed with my friends. It's got a nice rubberized back seal on it. It's got 2 eyepieces. It goes into one video camera. Has an on-off. This switch right here toggles in between black and white, green, red, and blue vision. And I think this actually turns on the little lights in front, but they're infrared. And then you've got a focus knob, which is really nice. So this is a pretty nice model. We'll go ahead and power this up so you can actually see it, and we'll turn it on here. See, it turns on a red screen. It's going to washed out there a little bit, but now this is cool. Okay, so this is a black and white rug. I'll let you guys see the black and white rug. We've got a red Tupperware top and a blue Aquafina bottle, and we'll go ahead and look through here. Black and white rug. And let me get this focused here a little bit better. Sorry. Black and white. We've got a little bit of red there, and we've got blue. Sorry, it's kind of washed out a little bit. Remember, this is a night vision system for kids, but it does have a color video chip in there. Now, it does switch back and forth to black and white and color, so you can adjust that. But like I said, for prepping reasons, I found this out at the swap meet today for $3. And a great deal. I took a little bit of a gamble on it, but it works, which is great. And that kind of brings me once again back to topic, is, the ability to prep outside the box. And that's really what it is. That's what it comes down to. Finding alternate means to accomplish your goal. And that's what my prepping philosophy is. I am cheap when it comes to it. At the end of the month, I don't have a ton of money left over to prep. I'm lucky if I get 20 bucks in, 30 bucks at the end of the month to go prep. But hey, swap meet days, we go out, we'll go spend 40 or 50 bucks. And check out the video that I have on some of the stuff that I did on the swap meet. I go to local thrift stores, I go to pawn shops, they have sales there, believe it or not. Just catching things on sale really comes down to right place at the right time. I happened to see this, I swooped it up, and I said, hey, great. They happen to have another one. I was tempted to buy it, but I didn't want to spend $6 or $7 buying two of them and have them not work. So, knowing that, I think I might actually go back out tomorrow morning and go buy the other one if it's still there. So, but some of the other places you can check out: Craigslist, eBay. You're going to pay a little bit more on Craigslist and eBay versus at a local, flea market or thrift store. And thrift stores are great places as well. Also, if you can, the storage, if you've got $500 or $600 or $1,000 to drop and you like to gamble with it, you can get some really good prepping ideas. I was watching a Doomsday Prepper episode recently that had a guy that does storage prepping, and he basically goes and buys these storage units that have gone into non-payment, and he buys them and he uses what he finds in there either to sell and get more prepping equipment or to use the equipment himself. So there's a lot of resources out there. Prepping is thinking outside the box. It's saying, what would everybody else do and how can I do it better? And that's to me what prepping means. And my philosophy goes back to it is, for me, prepping necessarily isn't saying, okay, well, I'm going to pick an EMP or, a massive earthquake or a flood. I was in the Boy Scouts, as I've mentioned in some of my other videos before, so your motto is, be prepared. And that's what it comes down to. And it kind of reflects back into my prepping lifestyle as well. Is, I don't necessarily sit there and say, okay, well, we're going to need MREs this week because we've got some old MREs. No, they're in the storage unit to make sure that they're there for us if we need them. But, I don't prep for one thing at all. One thing in particular, I prep for everything. And like I said, it comes back to being prepared. So if you were to come over and actually look at all my prepping supplies, I've got stuff for economic collapse. I've got stuff for floods. I've got stuff for hurricanes. Things that can happen that might necessarily overlap in some cases. And you might have some things like a Faraday cage might not necessarily be useful in a flood, but if an EMP were to happen, you've got at least some electronics protected. So, and I'm also believe in redundancy as well. So having 1, 2, or 3 of things might be really expensive. Having 3 $500 night vision scopes is pricey. It's $1,500 right there, plus tax and shipping and handling and all that other great stuff. Why spend $1,500 when I can spend $500 on my great one, my primary system, and have a couple backups for $3? It's not a bad idea. So, once again, keeping in mind, keep your eyes open. I always try to carry a little bit of cash on me just in case I do run into a thrift store or I find a new place that has something cool I can't live without, or I can't prep without it. I find it, I write it down, I think about it, I do my research on it and find the best bang for my buck, and I happen to run across this. So, you guys have a great day. I look forward to hearing your comments. Please post reviews and rate my videos. I'd love it. Thanks, guys, and I look forward to hearing from you. Thanks.